per Soxu's request, we're going to go through quickly in short form, high meme format. We're going to go through all the spells you're supposed to get on all the heroes in every faction. The idea here is that like there's some spells are better than others, and the spells are repeated often. So like there's going to be a trend that hopefully you should pick up on, with the exception of some sort of special cases. So I'm going to do the Scarlet Crusade first, and I'm just going to go through each hero squad and should be able to get through it pretty quickly. I don't like rank them. So, well, red is kind of complicated because you're in the north fight. So you have Satan has a heal, Holy Light, a stomp, Endurance Aura. Endurance Aura is really strong. Stomp is really strong. Holy Light is good. You start at level 2, so usually you want to do stomp and heal. Dimitri has Flame Strike, like an AoE heal, and Brilliance Aura. This guy has a barrage, a volley, and then like once I go through all the spells once, like later on, we're gonna see all the spells again, and I'm just gonna be like, get this. But for now, I'll like explain what's going on. He has an AoE stun, damage, roar, true shot aura. It's like ranged damage aura, and then this guy has a stun, a shockwave, and a devotion aura. So usually, what I do, and it depends on who I'm playing against. I think the best choice though is to go like Flame Strike, and then it really depends on how aggressive that I want to play, like who I'm playing Alex with. But you can either do the roar or the volley, and then so if I'm gonna go aggressive, I'm still gonna do these two. And then I'm going to get the volley, the barrage, and then I'm going to get Stormbolt so that I have 2 stuns and like more damage. If I'm playing against certain players that I know play a certain way, then I might play more defensive, and then I would get the Battle Roar and the Shockwave. So basically Battle Roar is like super OP, I think. However, it is dispellable. So, also the general idea when you're playing, like there's a ton of heroes that have like a stomp and a heal, or like, you know, I don't know, this guy's a little different, you know, like a impale and a heal. Usually you want to get a point in the heal like as soon as possible. So like point 1 you want to get the stomp or the impale, and then point 2 you want to get the heal. So yeah, and then usually you want to max your best ability, but that changes. What's up, peanut butter pancakes? That changes depending on circumstances. So I'd say as a general rule of thumb for red, who's pretty complex, so you max a stomp, and then you max endurance aura, and then you max a Q. Dimitri, max Purification and Rain of Light, and ignore Brilliance Aura unless you're losing. And then you want to max the Battle Roar and the Volley. And this depends on whether or not you're winning or losing. If you're winning, you max the Stormbolt and the Devotion Aura, and if you're losing, the Shockwave and the Devotion Aura. But you always want 1 point in this. It's because if you're winning, you can kind of like keep up momentum, and you can like lock down more, etc. And this guy only has enough mana to cast 1 spell, essentially. So red was the first. We'll do Mograine. Mograine is a little simpler because he's like he has a unique kit. He has unique kits, so kind of just one off. So note that this is a special Holy Light, which is stronger. It's called Divine Light. So you want to get, I like to do this, 1 point in the AoE and then 1 point in the light, the Divine Light for heal. because you're only gonna have mana for like one of these abilities. And then Blinding Light is basically another AoE. It's like a light CC stomp. So I like to max E. You want to max this. You always want to get a point in this as often as you can, but max E and then W and then Q. Fairbanks, I don't know. I think getting this first makes the most sense. But then you want to max W. Well, honestly, again, it depends if you're winning or losing. But sometimes you could just max the E. If you're losing, max the E. If you're winning, max the W. And like if you're losing, get like just 1 point in the W, and then like max E and then Q. And then I added this multi-shot, which is pretty strong. Some of the innates are really strong. Some of them are really weak. So if the innates are really strong, like this, then you want to max that as soon as possible. I'm pretty sure this is really strong, but this hero is pretty good. So, and then Arius is the same deal as Malor, or whoever that guy was, Sir Thomas, where like you hey, what's up, Redis Baileys? Max the Stormbolt if you're winning, and then the Nova if you're losing. Sometimes you could just max the Nova when you're losing. Usually I get the Nova first point, but this matchup is a little more like complex, so there's more nuance in what to choose. So now we move on to the easier decisions. Darien, purple. So again, WQ. Usually you want to get the Flame Bolt. I'll go, and then he has this like Plague Vial, which is like an AoE like Acid Bomb, and then an Aura. This is just a Brilliance Aura roleplay shit. And then this guy's like a single target armor. Divine. This is like a Chain Lightning or whatever, and then this isn't a trash ability. And then he has a stun, what's it called? Rage, and Endurance Aura. So, yeah, max Stomp usually. If you're losing, max Aura. I think this ability is super OP, so I'd say max Plague Vial, but you can max Plague Vial or the Flame Bolt, depending on how aggressive you want to be. First point, Flame Bolt, though, for sure. And then you don't really need to worry about this ability too much, because you can get mana if you have a good team from this, or just sitting in the chapel. I like to get first point in this, because you can just have it up constantly. So it's 30-second cooldown, 10-second duration. 10-second cooldown, 30-second duration. So then max Q, W. And so Endurance Aura is really fucking OP, and I don't think these guys have Endurance Aura, so you want to get first point Stormbolt, and then max Endurance Aura. So it's like max Stomp, Holy Aura. Always max Q last, just because it just gives you another 100 health. Probably Plague Vial, Flame Bolt, and Holy Armor. This is trash, so like you almost don't even need it. Endurance Aura, Stormbolt, Rage last. Easy enough. This faction is super simple. Stomp. Max this AoE. So it's Healing Wave, Cataclysmic Light, Brilliance Aura, max the AoE. And then the Healing Aura. And then Shockwave, Stormbolt. I'd say max the Stormbolt, because you're doing lockdowns. So just max Stomp, and then Aura, max Cataclysmic Light, and then Heal, and then Brilliance Aura, and then Stomp, and then you can low-key max this over the fucking Stormbolt, just because these guys are crazy. But I usually just max the Stormbolt, but if you're being really sweaty, you want to max the Command Aura for sure. Because you just like keep this guy over here, and then you just sweat with your fucking champions. Okay, so this ability's like low-key bad, but like it's not low-key bad. It's just better later. Doesn't have like a lot of use in the beginning. Sometimes I'll get it though, just because I'm like, oh, it's cool. Like I want to use it. Holy Nova first, and then 1 point Holy Aura. Barrage first. I'll go through this. He has a heal, Devotion Aura, Barrage, Chain Lightning, Fork Lightning. He's this Totem. And then this guy has Shockwave, Dark Wave. This like consumes an enemy, and then Command Aura. So I think this is a bit of preference, but I think it's best to max the Holy Nova. But you can also max the E, and then I guess it's good to get 1 point in this. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, man, why is this ability even on this guy? I don't know. I think with yellow, sometimes it's best to just max the auras low key. So like, that's the thing. Yeah, probably max Devotion Aura first, because you don't get that much damage out of Barrage. But max Devotion and like 1 point Barrage, level 2 in Holy Light, max Devotion Aura, max Barrage, max Holy Light. This is a pretty strong ability, but I usually get the heal first, just so I can heal like level 1 if I need. So then it's like heal, Earthbind, Forked Lightning. It also depends, but I'm not sure if this is the best one to max. I usually max the Forked Lightning just for damage, but this ability is pretty strong. It like slows everyone. Maybe people who play yellow more have better advice, but definitely max the Shockwave, and then I guess get like 1 point in this. I don't know. I don't even fucking like with Leonid. I think I don't even bother with this ability. This command or this Death Pact, but you probably should bother with it. I don't know if I think you max this and then this. Yellow easy. All right. Max the Impale. So 0.1 Impale, 0.2 Swift Strike, I guess. But sometimes this guy has mana issues, so you might have better luck doing like just Impale and the Command Aura and then just getting this later. But if you want to be like a huge man and like last hit, then you definitely are going to want to point in this. And you know, we like being huge men. 0.1 in the stun, obviously. Again, you kind of have mana issues, so you could do 0.2 in Endurance Aura, but like it's also pretty reasonable to get 0.1, 0.2. I like to do 0.1 in the DPS, and then this is probably 0.1 in the DPS across the board. So max Impale, max Command Aura, max Swift Strike, max Endurance Aura, because Endurance Aura is super fucking OP, and then probably max the Stormbolt and then the heal, because like the heal is kind of just like an extra heal. You don't want to max it because you're not going to do it much. You're not going to be able to do it often. I think you max this W, and then you max Brilliance Aura, and then you max Q, but obviously you get, as is the trend, 0.1 Cataclysmic, 0.2 Holy Light. There's a real trend here, and probably max WQE. This ability is really strong. This guy's innate is like better than average. Hers is trash. The Arcane Reserves innates can be pretty good to get like right at 6, just because it's mana. And then this is a new one. It should be OP. So Darashire, trash faction, never play it. Super simple though. So Impale is like really high tier ability. Like really want to max that. More stun duration equal good. Max Impale, max Command Aura, max Divine, first point. I don't know. I do this actually because you can get mana back, but I'd still max Impale and then max Command Aura. First point in Consecration, second point in Q, max Consecration, max Devotion Aura, max Holy Light. Probably first point in Stormbolt, second point in Shield of Faith, and then here you probably want to max Shield of Faith, and then max Thorn's Aura, and then max Stormbolt. Maxing Thorn's Aura might be better though. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't play this much, but these there's just like good team abilities. These guys all have trash innates, so you don't have to worry about them. I like to heal. I like to max the healing wave just for like better single target heal. But you basically max. You could max either healing spray or healing wave, but it almost doesn't matter because you're just gonna want to get points in both, just because they're both really good. And she has enough mana that you can spam them. Towers. Oh man, I really should talk about the mana cost. Oh, for her, God, I don't have the level commands in this one. Fuck. Healing Wave is... So she has like a huge mana pool, so it's not too big of a deal. I'm not going to be able to see the mana cost. That's pretty weak. We'll get back to that. This, if I remember correctly, this one costs more. Oh no, yeah, maybe that's why I get Healing Wave, because this one costs more. So you can use Healing Wave more. I mean, you could heal your whole, like, it's like if you're holed up in here, if you're holed up at Darrowshire, you're 100% maxing this, because you just want to be like doing this all the time. If you're actually winning, then you want to max the Q so that you can be aggressive and like you can burst heal your heroes. But it's pretty nuanced. It's the difference of a point. I think it does. I don't know if I should change that. People are like, you should change that. And I'm like, should I? I don't know. Oh, whoops. Okay, so Super Chad heroes. Mets. Zaphoros would have better intuition on this, but I usually get a first point in both just in case I need a burst. But as you can tell, it costs a lot of mana. So, like, usually max Stomp and then Devotion. Pretty big trend here. I'm sure you can notice. Max Stomp and then Devotion Aura and then Holy Nova. I think it could even be reasonable not to get a point in Holy Nova. Just like a waste of a point. A lot of mana, yeah. First point in the stun, I'd say. Oh no, we aggroed units. Oh well. Where are we? Sanders. 0.1 Holy Barrage, 0.2 Holy Light. This is a trash ability, don't get this. So max Barrage and then Holy Light and then get this later. So Loric's actually pretty Chad. This ability is super Chad because it doesn't have a damage cap. 0.1 Flurry. Actually, no, fuck you. I'm not doing that. I'm in the middle of a video. You could get 0.1 like Holy Light. It really depends on how it's going. Like if the beginning it's not going well, I would get Holy Light. Like I'd wait a little bit, but usually I get 0.1 W. And then 0.2 Holy Light, and then, I don't know, I'd either max the W or the Endurance Aura. This is just really strong, like, if you're able to clear, like, if you're able to actually, like, get in places and just use it over and over, because it doesn't have a damage cap. So, max this or this, and then, first point in the headshot, and the stun, and then max this. So you do have enough mana to spam these because Battle Roar is really cheap. So I don't even get a point in the True Shot Aura. That's a pretty big trend in all this, is not getting any points in True Shot Aura until you have to. So we're done with the East. That was fun. What don't I know? Why are you Pepe laughing at me? It's a trash ability, bro. Western Outposts. I refuse. It's trash. Okay, so Stomp, Heal, Max Endurance Aura. Well, Max Stomp and then Endurance Aura. So this, we actually are running into a something that's different, but she has huge amount of problems. You can go like, I think Bloodlust first is the Chad way to do it, but like I often go the Extra Sun first. But like if you get all your units at the beginning and you get this mass Bloodlust off and just like you can just zoom on motherfuckers. But this is a safe play, is to go for the Divine Punishment. But she has a lot of mana problems, so it's maybe even best. I would max this. I'd max Divine Punishment. And then Command Aura, and then Bloodlust. I would get the Stomp first, but max the Thunderclap probably, because Thunderclap's pretty OP. So first point Stomp, second point Thunderclap, max Thunderclap, max Devotion Aura, max Stormbolt. But it depends, like if you're winning. You could even just max both of these and ignore the aura. But your units are really strong, so it just depends on how you're doing. If you have all your heroes alive, you can max these abilities. Maybe if you lost some heroes, you know, max this for your units. And then I get first point Q and then second point this bubble because it's invulnerability. And then max Q WE. Because this only adds a second every level. Alright. This is going to be a bit of a more unique skill set. But really big trend. Really big trend. Stomp. Heal. Max Stomp. Max the not heal. Max the heal. The stun. Second point the heal. Max the stun, obviously. Get the AoE stun first. Don't be deceived by this other stun. You want this stun first. This stun is better. It's AoE. And then max the AoE stun. Max this. Ignore this until the end. Why are you fucking peppy laughing me, dude? I hate it when you do this. First point the strike. It's 1 second, bro. They're both 1 second. You can max. Oh yeah, right. You should max this one first. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. I got them mixed up. Yeah, you definitely max this one first. Although I don't think this tooltip is correct. Either way, yeah, sorry. Max Q and then W. Good catch. I think maxing the flurry is better. No, I don't want to become famous. Yeah. All right. First point in the strike, because hopefully you're like trying to aim down a hero. But sometimes I go first point the Fan of Knives just to get the AoE out. So preference first point knives or the strike. Probably max the W. And then max the E, and then max the Q. The reason you sometimes are not looking to max two abilities, like you don't want to max like this ability, and ignore the aura, because you don't have mana to cast both. So you like max out one, the better one, and then you max out the aura, and then you max out the other one last because you don't have enough mana to constantly cast both. But usually you want 1 point in them. Let's do blue first for completeness sake. This guy's going to be irrelevant in a month. Flame Strike first, heal, max Flame Strike, max heal. I mean, you could maybe max the Brilliance after the Flame Strike. I would probably max the Flame Strike and then the heal. First point, this thing. Second point, the heal. Max this thing, max the burn, max the heal. Hey, OG Humanity. With what mana? Yeah, don't get the Brilliance Aura. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think this is preference, but like probably first point the buff, because you can just like get all your units in one place, buff, and then attack. But you could do first point heal, but it's kind of a weak, kind of like small dick energy. But first point this, second point this. I don't know, bro. I guess I always max W, but now that I'm looking at Thorns damage, I'm like, do you max Thorns over W? But I always max W. So max your W or E and then Q. This guy has a Holy Armor. Probably first point Holy Barrage because you only get more damage. So then second point Holy Armor, and then I think you max Holy Armor. So then max Holy Armor, maybe max Commandor, maybe max W. And then we're on to our final faction. So as you could see by this guide, towards the end, we've gotten really repetitive on what to max. There's a formula. But, should make things really easy. Where's my last hero? Renault, Sally, Loxy, Nerd. Where did I put the other nerd? Wait, what? Did I move him by accident? Wait, what? Where's my beautiful Vicious? Did I delete him by accident? No, he's here. Oh, alright. Well, I must have moved him somewhere random. So, video ruined. Like, follow, subscribe if you made it this far. Video ruined. Oh well, he's easy. You max the Stormbolt on him. He's really simple. So there's another hero. He has a Stormbolt and some other trash abilities. Max the Stormbolt. Yeah, first point, the stun, the heal. First, I mean, again, big dick energy, Cataclysmic Light, but you can get heal first. Blades of on Herod, Blades of Light, and on Loxy, the Net. So this is a faction to play the most. I think you max the W and then the E and then the Q, but you definitely want to get like 1 point in the E because it's 10% attack speed's a lot. But your units are also kind of weak. So like, I don't know, man. I like to max the stuns, but sometimes you may find yourself in a better position maxing the aura. And then you always want to get a point in this Scarlet forever. It's really OP. I like to max the damage. And then here the Brilliance Aura is pretty good though, I think, because like these guys really need mana. So I think maxing the 0.1 Cataclysmic, 0.2 Holy Light, and then max the Brilliance. This, you want to max this, I think, over everything else though. I think this is OP. So with Herod, I usually do 1 point in the Q and then 1 point in the W, and then max the Q. So the Q is your real bread and butter. Like that's what you want to spend like all your mana on. But in the case of like maybe locking down a hero, you want to be able to do the 200 damage burst. But Q, E, W, and Loxy 0.1 the net, 0.2 the endurance aura. I don't know. It depends on whether or not you're winning or losing. If you're winning, 0.2 the Thunderclap. If you're losing, 0.2 the Endurance Aura. Max the Endurance Aura, max the Thunderclap, max the net. Sometimes you can max the net. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I think I just do the Scourge heroes in another video, because, like, how long have... That was 30 minutes long. Yeah, no way. I'm doing Scourge in a second video. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm desperate. I forgot 2 irrelevant heroes. Who did I forget? These guys are event heroes. I'm not going through their execution. Anyway, shout out Soksu. Great idea.